You know what? I get why some stereotypes exist. I get why I can't lift as much as a man. I get why I can't run. I don't run. I get why another woman can't run as fast as a man, right? But there's nothing physical that is stopping me from being good at comedy. It's not like people go, oh, we would love to book women. But the problem is our venue has got steps leading up to the stage. Yeah, and we're very worried that if they go up them too quickly, they might get a tit in their mouth and not be able to speak for 20 minutes. So it's nothing physical, right? And this is the thing, that guy who went, women aren't funny, I think I could tell him all this stuff. And I'm not sure that he would believe me or possibly even care, because I don't think that he can see his schema is rooted in prejudice. He thinks it's rooted in fact. So I thought, all right, well, I'll just get some facts of my own, because that is what all hour-long comedy shows need. Some dry analytics. So there's going to be some science now. Stay with me, ladies. I'm allowed that one. I'm so allowed that one. So what they did, I'll split you guys into two, right? They got a cartoon, and you guys over here, a mixture of men and women, they asked you to write funny captions on the cartoons, right? Now, you guys over here were given these captions and these cartoons, you didn't know who'd written it, and you were asked to judge whether it was funny or not. And what they found is that men and women wrote equally funny stuff. Men and women were equally funny. Now, you guys over here, they would show you these captions and these cartoons, and they would ask you, who do you think wrote this? And if it was funny, they said, oh, a man wrote that. And if it was unfunny, they went, that is woman's work. And a really interesting thing happened in this study, right? So they said to them, when they were going, oh, that funny one, that's a man. So if it was a woman, they would correct them. They'd go, actually, a woman wrote that. And they'd be like, oh, God, that's so embarrassing, isn't it? I just assumed it was a man. That's really embarrassing. And then later on, they'd ask them about it again. They go, who wrote that one again? And they went, well, it's funny, so a man wrote it. So even given the information that men and women could be as funny as each other, the schema sort of corrected it for them. And I was like, this is so fascinating. Where has this come from? So I thought it was like a kickback against the sort of alternative comedy boom in the late 80s, early 90s. So I started to look into it, right? And I found some quotes. So the first one is from 1695. It's a playwright called William Congreve. And he said, I must confess, I have never made any observation of what I apprehend to be true humour in women. Maybe by reason of their natural coldness. Humour cannot exert itself. That's an interesting theory, isn't it? I've got my own theory here, that maybe not every single woman that William has met is naturally cold. Maybe William is a bit of a fucking dick splat. Has that not occurred to him? Maybe he's the problem in this situation. 200 years forward, 1884, a writer and a critic, Richard White Grant, he said that a sense of humour was the rarest of qualities in a woman. Not independent flight or X-ray vision, no. It's not, is it? It's equal pay. She's so cheeky. 200 years forward, right? 2013, comedy writer and comedian Jerry Lewis is asked at the Cannes Film Festival, who are your favourite female comedians? He says, I don't have any. He said, why is that? And he said, oh, I won't watch them. He said, why will you not watch female comics? And his reply, and it's an absolute peach, guys, is, I cannot sit and watch a lady diminish her qualities to the lowest common denominator. And I think that is old man speak for say fuck and talk about her vag. Because this is another thing I will get pulled up on in comparison to my male friends, is the language that I use. Now, I swear a lot on stage, I swear a lot off stage, this is me being consistent, right? But some people have got a problem with it, and I didn't realise, but a woman came up after a gig and she said, well, I enjoyed what you do, but you do swear rather a lot for a lady. I said, oh, right, well, I'm sorry if I offended you. And she said, oh, you didn't offend me, it's just you're letting yourself down. That's always what someone says before they're an arsehole, isn't it? I said, why do you think that is? And she said, oh, well, if you swear, you're implying you don't have an adequate vocabulary with which to express yourself. I said, oh, right. I think that's quite a solipsistic assumption for you to make, actually. And the behaviour of a cunt. Nip that one in the bud. But I'm not trying to swear. I'm actually actively trying not to swear because one day I want to have a family and I don't want to be that mum telling the kids to shit off in Iceland. So I'm trying to pare it back, but it's quite difficult because the big side of this job is driving and like my road rage is really, really, really bad. I mean, as much of a moon cup wearing, Guardian reading feminist I am, if you get me in my car in rush hour and someone cuts me up, I'm a racist, sexist, homophobe. That's my safe space, right? It happened the other day, this silly idiot, a buffoon, if you will, carved me up. So I went to do the classic wanker sign, because we all know where we are with a wanker. I thought, you can't do that. That is still a swear word, isn't it? So I thought, it's fine. Just shake your fist at him like a Victorian gent. That's much more civilised, isn't it? But somewhere in my mind, I sort of ended up confusing the two in my head and wanking him off into my own face. I mean, it's more of a compliment, really, isn't it? And now we're going to Nando's. Incidentally, I've read 2 different articles that cited car journeys as the reason that there were more women on Mock the Week. It's fucking incredible, right? So what they said is, the reason that women don't make it to the top level of comedy is because the lifestyle of a comedian is very hard and difficult, so women quit. They find it's so many long car journeys, they can't cope with it. They just quit because of all these long car journeys. It absolutely destroys them, all these long car journeys. And what they've done there is they've confused women with Viennettas.